Hello everybody, welcome back. Sorry for the mess, it's a bit of a mess right now. But yeah, I have a bunch of projects going on right now and don't really have any way to organize them. So they're all just kind of spilling out everywhere. But yeah, this is one of the projects I'm currently working on. You haven't seen it before. It's currently Maximum Sketch, this setup. I borrowed from my mother because it's compatible. I borrowed the CPU cooler from her computer. And so this was my mother's first computer. Well, not her very first, but the one she had around when I was 10 years old or so. And my older brother upgraded to a better computer, even though it's actually really wasn't a better computer. And truth be told, not entirely sure why he upgraded the computer because there's really not a lot of difference between the two boards. They're more or less the same. So, well, whatever. He did what he wanted. And yeah, so I am hoping though that I can get this old computer that had been sitting. It was just an open motherboard just sitting on the floor for like 5 or 6 years, just getting kicked around. So I'm not entirely sure it'll boot, but I have my sketchy setup. Let's run through the sketchy setup. I have a power supply just sitting here, Maximum Sketch, running to the wall. This is the main motherboard itself. I have the main ATX connector and the CPU power. Over here we have the drive that we're going to be installing Windows on. And yeah, this is also quite sketchy. We have just this SATA cable hanging off, going to that, and then the power supply is feeding a SATA power into it. In the back I have this drive for installing Windows. And here we have the HDMI running to the TV I'm going to be using to see if I can get a display. Here we have the USB running to this keyboard I'm going to use to navigate the BIOS and get it all set up. I just realized I think that you need a mouse to install Windows. I think you need one. I don't know why you can't use a keyboard and mouse, but it requires clicking, so I'll have to probably set a mouse up on this box here. I don't know. And then in terms of powering it, this is what my brother came up with for my mother instead of, well, I don't know. Yeah, you basically feel like you're hot wiring a car. The reason is because that case over there, he modified it. It's an old Dell Optiplex case, and he did a lot of modifications to it to fit this thing inside there. That's a whole story in of itself. I'll probably show it some other time. But yeah, so this is how you turn it on. It's not sketchy at all. Nah, definitely not sketchy. So we're gonna basically hotwire it. Let's start off by even seeing if this board works. Flipping the switch. Last time I tried to get this thing to work. Oops. Well, there we go. I touched the two things together, so I guess it's going. That's the problem when you're holding basically. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now you just have to carefully set these down in a way that you don't end up frying something or turning it off. Maximum Sketch. There we go. Let's see what this says. Copyright 2012 American Megatronics Biostate 2016 with Radeon graphics. It's reporting everything correctly. Speed 3.7 megahertz. Total memory. I have in there one stick of 8 gigabytes. So that's got a keyboard, 0 mice, 1 mass, 0 hubs, USB mass. There we go. It's all being reported correctly. Detected ATA devices. Press 11 for boot menu. CMOS date time not set. Oh, that's right. I never actually installed the. I never actually stole the CMOS battery out of another motherboard because This one doesn't actually have a CMOS battery, but that's not a problem. I guess I can, out of this one, which is a different project I have going on, suppose I can, come on. Come on. Hold on a second. I'll just set you down right here. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we go. Got it. Let's turn it off. And then, so I think you can just touch these together again. Oops, sorry. I think you can just touch these together again and it'll turn off. Let's find out. Oh, turn it on again. This is maximum sketch. Okay. Turn it off. Don't touch. There we go. Oh, it's so sketchy. Let's just... Probably should turn off the power supply power, but it's probably okay. Now we can fire it up again. It's terrifying every time I do it. Now I have this here keyboard. Just some old dusty one missing this key. It's disgusting down there. I just found it in some pile. And yeah, I'm gonna run to the BIOS and get Windows installed on it. In the meantime, I'll see you then.